So how do you cut carpet to heated baseboards? In this video, I'm going to break it down for you. So what's good? It's Carpet Mike here from CarpetExpertBlueprint.com, bringing you the tips, tricks, and strategies to become more successful in the carpet and flooring industry. But we have some baseboard heat here, and someone had asked, how do you actually cut and tuck to those things? So in this video, I'm going to walk you through it. So we got our kicker out. We're going to go ahead and stretch it up onto the tack strip there, just giving a good clack-a-clack. Basically using it a kicker headspace after each kick. Plant it, kick it, move it a kicker head forward till we get to the other end. Look at that nice crease right there. That looks good. So now we finished up that wall right there. We're going to go ahead and crease it on. Make sure everything's on nice and tight. Let me get you a view of that there. So I use a linoleum knife personally. Some people want to use stair tool. That's fine too. Use whatever you want. No big deal. All right, everything's creased onto the tack strip. We're good to go. Now we're going to make a little release cut in this here. And we're going to cut it down to what we feel is roughly what we need to get to tuck under the heaters there and hit the back wall. Now under these heaters, there's actually like a little metal trim piece that's going to sit about a ½ inch off of the ground. We want it to tuck right under that. Now I'm going to get all specific and catchy and scientific on you on how to go ahead and do that. Stick with me here. So we're going to go ahead and make that corner cut there, make it nice and manageable. We're going to lob off this excess here. All right, cool. Everything's good. Now, here's where the magic happens. We're roughly 2 inches of excess cut off of this material here. So 2 inches running up. Now, that's about what I feel we're going to need to get that to tuck under that metal trim piece all the way back at the wall there. So how do we find that out here? We go ahead and start measuring. So first, let's go ahead and get a fresh blade in here because a fresh blade is the cure for any bad cut. Man, that was horrible. Just stick with me though, it's okay. We got a fresh blade in there, we got it in a knife, we're gonna go ahead. All right, boom. Now let's go ahead and slide our fingers under there because that's how we measure things, and it's about that long, so everything's good. I think we might have to trim it up a little more down, but right here, everything is good. So I'm gonna fold it back here because we have the actual pipe coming out of the ground there. So I wanna make a little release cut there, and the rest of this, watch this. Just gonna slide it under and tuck it in. Now, you need some burly Eddie Munster hands like I have to be doing this. You want to be careful if you don't, because the little metal pieces in there can cut you up. But if you got some meat claws, you could just go ahead and drop that carpet in there and it won't chop you up at all. I don't advise you going out and building your hands into meat claws, though. They're pretty ugly. So you want to go ahead and take care of them. But if you're tucking carpet to these, take your time just sliding it under there. You'll feel that metal trim piece and you'll tuck it under there. Now, I should have moved the camera for you already, but that's okay. Stick with me. We're going to get you a better shot. There we go. Okay, cool. Now we're going to go ahead, lob this excess off. All right, cool. Now, we're going to go ahead and tuck it again. Watch this. Whoop. And you can feel the metal trim piece at the back there. And you're just going to use your fingertips to tuck it under that, and it'll give it a nice finish. Now, let's say you tucked it under there and it's too hefty. There's 2 different ways you can go about doing that. You could take your blade and stick it under there and try and run it right along that metal groove there. That takes a little more experience. Or you could slowly fish it all out and trim it down another 1/4 inch or whatever heftiness you had to it. Also pretty messy deal there. You could also just take the faceplate off, but those are not fun to put back on. Once you get your technique down, they pop back in place, but if you're not used to doing it, it kind of sucks. So I'd advise not doing it there. But yeah, just work your way all the way across. Everything's tucked in. That's all there is to it. Now check this out here. Final product. I'll see you in the next video.